Yay! We're live! Hey everybody. Let's see, are people popping in? Hey everyone, how's it going? Hey everybody. Good to see everyone. Happy Sunday? I'm always doing stuff from day to day, so I never know what day it is anymore. I'm like, happy Wednesday, Saturday, feels like the same. You're doing the same amount of work. Hey everyone, how's it going? Hey Doug, what's up? Hey everybody. How's everything? Happy St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. I hope everyone's having an awesome Sunday, awesome St. Patty's Day. I guess I should get get a green beer or green soda or something today. Hey everyone, how's it going? How's everyone doing today? I just wanted to pop on and say hello to everybody. I do have an activity today, but I'm not cooking like I usually do. I actually need to repot my plant because we're getting to springtime. It's March, and this morning I visited the New York Botanical Gardens in the Bronx. I took my nephews and my cousin and I went, and we had a really great time. For everyone in New York, so usually you wouldn't think to go to the Botanical Gardens in the winter time, but there's a huge orchid show inspired by Singapore going on in the Botanical Gardens in the Bronx, which is the Botanical Gardens is in my district, but it's also kind of quartered due to gerrymandering. So it's partially in my district and partially in a couple of other congressional districts. So I went today, had a really great time with my nephews, and I felt really freshly inspired to repot my plant. So I've got this guy, my little ZZ plant, and he's really crowded. He can barely grow because he's growing out of his pot. So I need to repot him. I have never repotted a plant before because growing up, my grandmother was a really big green thumb, and we either planted everything outside, or by the time I had indoor plants, they would all die before I repotted them. So I'm very proud that this is a really big milestone for me to have not killed a plant long, and it's grown big enough to outgrow its original pot. So I'm here. I've got my new pot here. I've got some potting soil. Again, this is my first time doing this, so don't get mad at me if I'm doing it incorrectly, but if you have any tips on how to repot a plant successfully, definitely let me know, and I'm happy to answer any questions along the way. I've got my potting mix here, so I'm pretty excited about it. I think I have to fill this thing up a little bit, and then I have to fill up my plants a little bit with some potting soil, and then I fill it up the rest of the way. Hey everyone. Okay, everyone's giving me all these tips. Put rocks in the bottom, combo old and new soil. Oh my God. Everyone's saying add rocks to the bottom. I do not have rocks, but I have also read that the rock thing is a myth, but that may be very controversial to say in here. I have no idea. Anyways, I don't have rocks. I'm sorry guys, I don't have rocks. Simone says put glitter in. Look, someone says don't add rocks. Bigger pot. Look, this is my old pot and this is my new pot. It's a big difference. See? It's a really big difference. So, okay. I'm scared, guys. I think I need to dump these out. Oh my God, guys. This feels like this is about to be a disaster. I think you guys are gonna watch a repotting disaster. You guys are about to watch a things not to do video on how to repot a plant, okay? But I've never done this before, so okay, so I put this upside down and I like wiggle. Oh God. See, look at this. So you can see how crowded this guy has been. I'm sorry. This has been you've been so cramped. You've been cramped. Okay, I hear you gotta like massage the roots a little bit. Just to give them a little go. Hello, everyone. So I'm just kind of massaging him. Oh my goodness. What is this? Does anyone look at the bottom of this? What's that white stuff? Is that a bad thing? Does anyone know what this white stuff is? Is that bad? I'm sorry, guy. I'm sorry, man. I just put water on him and this doesn't look good. This doesn't look like a good situation. He does have a nice little curly Q at the bottom though. Okay. It says it's mold, but it's caused because he needs a new pot. That's all. Oh no! What do I do? Do I need to scrape? I imagine I should scrape off the mold, right? Uh-oh. Should I? So here it is. Can you guys help me diagnose this? Should I scrape this off before I repot him? Everyone's saying it'll be okay, so that makes me feel better. Thank you, guys. Okay, people are saying leave it alone. Scrape. Someone says wash it off a bit, scrape it, leave it alone. Okay, I'm gonna, someone says it's salt buildup. Corbin says, nah, it's cool. Okay, I'm just rubbing them down a little bit. Oh, it's coming off pretty easily, and it doesn't seem that deeply set in, so he looks okay. It might have just been like fertilizer stuff that got to the bottom. See, look, now it's all gone. That wasn't so bad. Okay, good. Perfect. Okay, yay. All right, I'm just gonna plop this back here for now. He's all cleaned off. And I'm just gonna put some of this in a little bit.
Unfortunately, you gotta loosen the roots more.
Loosen the roots more? Okay. Okay. So I probably filled this like a third of the way-ish. Okay. I need to loosen these more. I don't even know. They're like, it's like a brick. They're so tightly, look, I'm giving this a good squeeze and it's like not really loosening up. I don't want to break them too much, you know? Someone says really get into the roots with your fingers. All right, I'm trying. I like hear snapping sounds, so I feel bad. I don't want to break the roots too much. Hey, everyone. Someone says break up the root ball a bit. Okay, I'm loosening him up. Okay, he's opening up. He's opening up. I hope I'm not hurting him. I don't know if it's a him or a her or a they. I don't have like, I'm trying to think what kind of energy I'm getting from this plant right now. Okay. Okay, he's breaking up. He's breaking up. Hey, everyone. Someone said non-binary plants is cool. I'm into it. This plant will be a they, okay? This plant is a they. This plant feels a different pronoun every day. Like some days it's a little more feminine, some days it's like whatever. Okay, this is like more loosened up. So this looks good. This looks good, right? This is nice and loosened up. Hey, everyone. Okay, so just gonna put this over here. So people are asking what plant this is. This is called a ZZ plant. And what's awesome about ZZ plants is that they are very, very low maintenance. So you don't have to water them every week. In fact, if you do water them every week, it's pretty bad for the plant. So ZZ plants get watered like every 2 to 3 weeks, which is great because my schedule, the way I commute in DC is that I have to work and then I'm back in New York for 3 days, then 4 days DC, then back in New York 3 days, and then I get 1 full week a month in New York. So I can't have plants that need to be watered every 2 to 3 days in either place because I'm traveling so much. So ZZ plants don't need to be watered often, and they get pretty big. So okay, all right. So it's in here. This looks pretty good, right? Should I put more? Like, I know you guys can't really see it, but I'm wondering if I should put more soil in the bottom to raise it up a bit more. Maybe I should do that. I think I'll do that. I'm gonna put it higher. Everyone's saying more soil. Thank you, everyone. So many good plant parents here. Okay. People are saying more soil, so I'm doing that. I think this is good. Okay, so I put some more soil in. And now it's like higher up there. So that looks good to me. Oh, so it should be even with the lip of the pot. So maybe a little bit. No, this is pretty good, I think. Maybe a smidge more. Putting yet more soil in here, testing it out. I think this is good. I think this is solid. Someone said no, it should be an inch under the lip of the pot. Okay, I think this is good. Maybe a bit less. No, I'll just scoop it out a little bit, like so. Okay, maybe that didn't work. Okay, I got this, and now I need to put some of the soil back. That's what I'm gonna do. Someone said, how did it feel to own Wilbur Ross? I mean, here's the thing. So with my questioning with Wilbur Ross this week, it was of particular importance to me because they're trying to illegally add a citizenship question to the census, which has not been in the U.S. Census since 1950. And if you want to understand why our politics are so messed up right now, more so than they've ever been before, a big component of that was the 2010 redistricting effort. So every 10 years, the census happens, and where every person in the country must be counted. And whether you like it or not, whether you agree with it or not, constitutionally, it's every single person. Whether you're a citizen, whether you're an immigrant, whether you have been incarcerated, even if you're undocumented, the census requires every person to be counted, just like every person. That is the mandate of the U.S. Census. And the reason we do that is because it helps us fund our schools. I need to pat this down a little bit more. The U.S. Census helps us fund our schools. It helps us determine whether, like, what roads are getting used a lot because there's a lot of people there. It helps us determine how much funding certain communities get. And that's why we count everything and everybody. But what it also does is that it's the time for gerrymandering, where all the congressional districts get redrawn, because the way it works is that we have about one congressional district per every roughly 700,000 people. The numbers vary depending on the state you're from, but ideally it's about 1 to every 700,000. Some states don't even have populations that big, so they just get one rep for the whole state. But what they're trying to do is add a citizenship question to the U.S. Census to scare immigrants out of answering the census so that everyone in your community doesn't get counted, and then that will consequently cause your community to have less congressional representation, less votes in Congress potentially, less funding for your schools, less funding to rebuild your roads, and so on. And so what they did in 2010 was they really aggressively redrew the districts to make it much harder for Democrats to win. But now what Wilbur Ross is trying to do is add a citizenship question to scare immigrants out of answering the census. Now, whether you believe there should be a citizenship question or not in the census, there is a very elaborate process for adding questions to the census because it's such a big deal and it's such a serious effort. It only happens once every 10 years, a constitutionally mandated effort to count every single human being on U.S. soil. And basically what was going on was it usually takes about 5 years of review and testing to add a question to the U.S. Census. And Wilbur Ross is trying to rush this process through in a much shorter time period than that. And so as a result, it looks like they're breaking a lot of laws, and also the Census Bureau advised against it. Virtually like every expert in this field advised against adding the question. They said it's a bad idea, and he was trying to add it anyway and didn't even advise Congress. And so this questioning was very important this week, so that we could get to the bottom of it. And ideally, hopefully this question doesn't get into the U.S. Census, but even if it does, it's so incredibly important that we start talking to our families about the census now. Do not get scared out of answering the census. It's going to happen next year, and we need to make sure that every single person in this country, your aunts, your bodega guy, like everybody needs to fill out the census. They need to count their kids. They need to make sure every single person is accounted for in a U.S. Census, because if not, then your community is not going to get the school funding and a large amount of other resources that it needs. In addition to the fact that we could potentially lose seats in Congress because of it. Okay, here's our new plant. Oh, he looks so much better. He looks happier. Look at this. Yay! Okay, cool. This is looking pretty good. The roots are nice and loosened up. All right, we're in business. Okay, people are saying water it now. I'm turning on the light because the sun's set, so turning the light on. Okay, now I'm gonna water this guy one last time. Let me move this so you guys can see what I'm doing. Looks pretty happy to me. Yay. Oh, sorry guys. Everyone said don't water it, but I watered it. I'm sure, you know what? These plants are built to be pretty resilient, so that's why I get them. I get the ones that are almost impossible to kill. And everyone says I have to name it. I don't know what to name my plant. Maybe I should give my plants an androgynous name. But they look pretty happy. Someone said RBG. It'd be cool to name my plant RBG. Hello. Okay. Here we go. Yay. I have to water a couple of my other plants too. Looks happy. Look, there's a little, that's the dry spot, but here's, looks pretty good. Okay, cool. Now I need to water my snake plant. This guy is kind of sad and dry as well. Ugh. Here's my other plant. I gotta name them. Well, maybe I'm not naming them, but these plants, snake plants, are also almost impossible to kill as well. So but trust me, I push it. So I need to water this guy too. Okay. So I watered plant number 2. Someone said I put too much water. No, you like, I think you're supposed to just water it a lot and douse it and then let all of it drain through, if I'm not mistaken, with snake plants. We'll see. I haven't managed to kill it yet, and I've had it for a couple months now, so he's been pretty good. All right. This guy looks pretty sad as well. I will water him too. But I don't know, they're cactuses, so.
They need water every once in a while.
Okay, I'm gonna water this guy too.
Show off your new plant.
What?
Show off your new plant.
Oh yeah, I got some new plants today as well. Here's my new Ace of Hearts. Someone said water it, don't drown it. I mean, isn't that why they have drain holes in the bottom so that you can't overwater it? Or am I just taking that for granted? Okay, this is my new one. This is the one I'm going to see if I can keep alive. This is my new challenge. Water once a week, place in a well-lit indoor area, avoid direct sunlight. Okay. This guy's in a plastic pot. Let's see if I can water him. What?
Root Bader Ginsburg.
Root Bader Ginsburg. I like that. Okay, we'll put this guy here. Now for this person. This is plant number 3 if you're keeping count. And then the aloe, I guess, is number 4. Okay. It's still draining. Now I'm going to water this aloe. Rain in the desert, like in the Southwest.
I mean, it rains seasonally.
So, like, theoretically, a lot of these aloe plants go a really long time without water, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Well, I can't even remember the last time I watered this, and it's still alive, so that's good. People are saying I overwatered the aloe, but it's probably been like, 2 months since I've watered this, so I don't know. The aloe confuses me. It's the one, sometimes the plants that get watered the least are the hardest because you fuss over them too much. Okay. So this Ace of Spades I'm putting back in the pot. They look so happy. Okay, there we go. So I've got this. All right. Yay, look, this is my new plant family. I don't know if there's an angle that gets all of it, but. Okay, well, whatever. I've got my aloe. I've got my new Ace of Spades plant.
I think that's just the brand.
Or Ace of Hearts, sorry. Ace of Hearts plant. Whatever. Oh wait, Ace of Hearts. Anthurium. Anthurium plants. Okay, well I have an anthurium plant. I have my snake plant. It's a snake. And I have my new repotted ZZ plant. Here we go. Okay. This was just like a quick check-in. So maybe I'll cook for you guys sometime this week, but just wanted to say bye. Hi and bye. Bye everyone.